Hi, I'm Jeff with Automation Integrators, and today I'm going to show you a little bit about our personal assistant technology and how it can take your brokerage and your sales to another level and make all of your agents a lot more effective. We use advanced automation technology behind the scenes to create a fail-safe system where none of your leads fall through the cracks. The problems we're solving are that there's a technology barrier to using a CRM perfectly. No CRM is perfect. It takes a long time to build the habit of using technology properly, and agents forget follow-ups or are too busy, miss it, and forget to reschedule it, which all comes together and means that you're losing sales. The value proposition here is if each salesperson is losing even one sale per month for unnecessary reasons, fixing this problem will skyrocket your yearly revenue. For a base example, $5,000 per sale, let's say, with 10 agents, if we can save you even one sale per agent per month, which I'm going to show you later how I think we can do a lot more than that, then that's $50,000 per month, which is $600,000 per year. If you have 100 agents, then it's $500,000 per month and $6 million per year. And obviously, we can take you through this when we actually do a discovery call, but we can plug in how many agents, and you can just get a rough estimation if it's only one sale that we're saving per month about how much you'd save or how much more money you make. In terms of what this is costing you, you can probably put the numbers together somewhat decently in your head because you have an idea of what's happening each day, but it really ramps up quite a bit when sales are falling through the cracks on a daily basis. On their discovery call and the demo, which we're going to give you, we're going to do a free custom analysis for you where we're going to take your numbers, plug them in, and we're going to show you exactly what this is costing you and how we can fix that for you. The way we solve this is we integrate automated personal assistants directly into your CRM that work 24/7 for you and your agents behind the scenes, eliminating all of the human mistakes and bad habits to prevent you and them from closing more deals. Could be with Salesforce, Follow Up Boss, HubSpot, Google Sheets, and many more. We can even set you up with one, no problem, and customize it to your needs. Without technology, a CRM in this case, I don't think anyone argues that efficiency will be a lot less. So you really need to use technology. But there's a problem that comes with that, which is the technology barrier. There's a certain learning curve associated with using technology effectively, and then there's another learning curve, which is a lot longer. It's not as steep, but it's much, much longer, which is building a habit of using it properly. But the problem is that in order to maximize your investment and your revenue, you want all of your salespeople to be at the very end over here. But what happens with most of them? So a lot of them get here, they don't perfectly learn the technology because you need to spend a certain amount of time and have a certain technological aptitude to do this. And once they've learned, some of them, once they've learned it partially, they'll use it sometimes. And then over time, many of them, because people are naturally a bit lazy, the habit will fade a little bit and they'll stop using it a little bit. So what's the best you can expect? So how many salespeople will learn it perfectly? Maybe 1 in 100. How many will use it perfectly all of the time? It's probably even less than 1 in 100. So what that means is that about 1 in 10,000 salespeople are going to effectively use the technology that you're putting your money into. Maybe you're in the top 1% that's doing better than this, but regardless, even if you're a little bit higher, is this really where you want to be? The result of this is that a chunk of your investment that you're already putting into a system gets wasted, and just as importantly is your revenue is not getting maximized. Now the problem here is, in a sense, it's impossible, because in the real world, your best agents might get around here, and with any technology, it's really not possible to get all of your agents to the finish line of doing it because it's so hard to build a habit of doing it 100% of the time perfectly. But this is where you need everyone to be in order to maximize your revenue. Until now, our technology actually has no barriers. So there's nothing to learn and there's no habits to build, which means it will maximize your investment and your revenue. What it also does is it removes the barrier of your CRM itself. So I showed you these slopes over here, these two triangles, well, it actually flattens them both. So because of our behind-the-scenes automation system, the personal assistant, which I'm going to show you a little bit about in a second, it will actually flatten that so that everyone can get to this point. And then in terms of building a habit, there's no habit to build because it's kind of like if you had a personal assistant, you don't need to learn how to use the personal assistant. The person, they're once they know what they're doing, they're just going to keep doing it, and they're going to be working for you all the time, or almost all the time. So to get to the finish line, 100% of your agents can get there because there's nothing to learn and nothing to form a habit with. Basically, the result is you maximize your revenue because everyone's at the finish line. Now, picture the following. What if each of your agents had their own assistant? So you have all your agents and each one had their assistant. Let's say you're paying them only $2,000 per month per agent, okay? Your advantages would be less leads falling through the cracks. Each agent is more organized and less time wasted looking for who to call every day. The disadvantages would be very expensive. Training would be required for each of the personal assistants. There's sick days and they aren't working all the time, like in evenings, and you get complaints, you get mistakes happening, and so on because they're human. Now, what if they were all automated assistants instead? Okay, you have an automated assistant for every agent. The advantages here are that no leads will fall through the cracks, still more organized, and no time wasted looking for calls. The disadvantages suddenly all disappear. So it's not expensive anymore. Training is not required because it's just set up and it does its thing. There's no sick days. They're working 24/7. They don't complain. It doesn't make any mistakes. So take you through a bit of an example. Imagine if you had someone doing this for your agents 24/7. Your agent John Doe adds a contact. The example here is shown using HubSpot, but whether it's Salesforce, Follow-Up Boss, even Google Sheets, or whatever you want, it works the same way. So they add a contact, and then your assistant sets a follow-up for them. Obviously, the automated system here would be setting this automatically in the background. Then it continues throughout the day. He's adding more contacts, and the assistant sets the follow-ups for him every time. Then the assistant pushes them to your agents each morning. So you see 2-day follow-up with this person, 2 days, 3-day follow-up, 6-day, 10-day, 12-day, 16-day. And then he clicks on them and he can see all the details about that particular person. He can click on it and call the phone number right away, or he can even click the name and open it up in HubSpot or Salesforce or whatever. If you prefer it as a series of calendar events where it schedules it out throughout their day for them, literally like a personal assistant putting it into their calendar for them, we can do that as well. If they're too busy or they miss it, it reschedules for them, again, just like a human personal assistant would do, except it does it perfectly every time. Now, this is a very important screen. This shows the difference between manual versus automated. So with the manual way, you have your agent who has to do the work. He has to go and find who to follow up with, searching in his CRM. Hopefully you have one. If you don't, then obviously you should invest in one. Let's assume that there's a CRM set up. Okay? So the red ones represent the ones that he misses. The green ones are the ones that he follows up with. You'll see that a lot of them get missed. In the automated way with the personal assistant, the automation, the personal assistant scans through and finds all of them that belong to that person, collects them, and then pushes it to him, and the system does not miss anything. In terms of getting started, it requires none of your time, no work from you, no expertise on your end, nothing new to learn or to be trained on. Basically, we handle everything. We can get you up and running pretty easily. You clicked on here, you know the cost. It starts at $500 per month. If you're a team of 10 or under, then you'd be looking at $500 per month. And if you see this as a worthwhile investment that can take your business to new levels, we'd love to get you on a free discovery call and give you a demo and plug your numbers into it so you can actually see what kind of revenue you could realize.